No idea. So hang on till the end because it's
Hang
good. I
on.
got lots of, when I got notes, Emily knows, when I got notes, we coming in hot.
I'm pretty impressed.
I love it.
I'm impressed with myself, actually. I even practiced.
Oh, dang.
I know. I don't even know who you are anymore. Like, what is happening?
Sarah, do you want me to try to see on my end if I'm able to go live on Facebook?
Yeah, maybe I haven't actually connected my Zoom or this Zoom account to anything. So maybe it's just because I haven't connected to Facebook before. So I would love for our Facebook group to be able to see it and, come back later.
But see, I'm not seeing the option on here, whereas I used to. I wonder if I'm not technically hosting since
hang on.
Since you opened it.
I'm just gonna
on Facebook. Can we save it and post it on Facebook?
If we can attach it, I'm gonna make you host real quick and see if you can do it. This is how we roll. We just decided that 5 minutes into our Zoom, we're gonna get started. It's just the way we roll. It's kind of just women in general would just kind of roll with it. Okay. So while you're doing that, Emily, checking, make sure there's no one in the waiting room. Oh, I can't admit them anyway.
Oh, because I'm a host. Let me look.
No, it's okay. Yeah. Keep doing what you're doing. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and just do our icebreaker now for everybody who's on.
You can do
so. Well, mine, it wouldn't let me make her the co-host. I don't know what happened.
There's nobody in there. I just checked.
Okay. Do you have the option to go to Facebook?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Where's Misty? Okay. Where is everybody?
It's Misty's birthday today.
I know. She's supposed to be on here, even though it's
celebrating.
I love it. Yeah, she said that she would be on even though it was her birthday, and I was like, because it's still early for us. I mean, it's still 6. Let me see.
All right, I think it's going live. Here we go. Let me turn off.
Okay. Is it doing it? I'm so glad we're recording this part.
Me too. We're killing it.
Oh, man. Actually, I don't know that it is still recording, even though I'm not the host. Okay, good.
I don't know. I'm not seeing it. How weird.
All right. Well, we're recording to the cloud, so we can just post it there in some other way. Okay. So, Emily, I'm gonna toss it over to you and let you kickstart us off, and then we'll just roll with it.
All right. Hi, ladies. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to our first, well, not really our first, but our first in a long time, SheMoves Collective Happy Hour. We just wanted to thank you for being here. Our mission today is just to kind of reconnect with you guys and catch up and see what's going on. We do have kind of a fun agenda planned, but we'll just roll with whatever comes up from today as well. We just really want to kind of pour back into this group and bring more women into the fold too, so that it can be a place of support and motivation and camaraderie and just sisterhood kind of for all the ladies involved. So that is my intro. And then we want to just do a cheers. So grab whatever you're drinking. And if you're not drinking wine, good on you. I keep saying that's going to happen and just whatever. Anyway, it's Wednesday. So,
yes,
so quick cheers. Thank you so much for being here.
All right, wait, I got to take a
first
photo.
Of many.
Autumn and her water. Where's Britt? Oh, Brittany's like coaching a CrossFit class right now. Do you have a water bottle or anything with you, Britt? Or grab the SheMoves water bottle off the shelf. I set it way up tall. I don't know. I can't hear you if you're saying anything, but I want to.
There it is.
Autumn in front of her SheMoves flag. I love it, Autumn. Okay, so this is a really funny angle. Okay, everybody, cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers. Love it. Okay, got our little picture. Okay. I was gonna toast to Misty's birthday, but she's not on here to see it. So happy birthday, Misty.
I know. Happy birthday, Misty.
All right, Em, do you want to do the icebreaker in the chat?
Oh, sure.
Did you see it on the agenda?
No, I'm looking at it. Icebreaker. Okay, great. So in the chat, we're gonna, everybody's gonna write in here what it is that is in your cup. So what are you drinking? We sort of informally discussed, but drop it in there and let us know what is in your cup, what you're drinking today. All right, so we have collagen and greens tea. So what does that mean? Does that mean it's hot? What does collagen and greens tea mean? Fran. Hot water, okay. Yum. Hydrorita. Sabina wins for prettiest drink, for sure. So what's in that, Sabina? Tell us what
It's all about the presentation. So I was telling Sarah that this like rim, this chamoy, it's actually like a mango chamoy, so it's like extra bomb. So I just basically use like a skinny margarita mix, and then I mix 6 ounces of hydro with water, and then I put like a shot to a shot and a half, depending, of tequila, and then it's kind of like balanced, like I'm getting hydrated and buzzed at the same time, you know?
That looks so
It's good
and
for the jacuzzi.
Robin's still on hydro because she's at the end of having the stomach flu. So
Yes.
that's brutal.
Yeah, I'm jealous of your wine, Emily. Very jealous.
You should be. It's really tasty.
No, I'm almost there, but actually Mike Behrens was in today and I said, hey, Mike, I found something better than Lean Plus. And he goes, what? I said, the stomach flu.
Oh my gosh, it's so true.
Yeah.
It's not fun, but at the end you're kind of like, all right, like
yeah,
that
it's
kind of works.
So it's almost gone.
Well, we hope you're back to normal really, really soon. All right, what else? Generic bottled water, Autumn Haze, okay, that's hydrating as well. Oh, Primitivo red wine. Yeah, Sarah, duh. Of course, both of us drink red wine as per usual. Okay, great. All right, girls. Well, thank you for being here. Somebody from HQ jumped on, but then jumped off. So I'll keep an eye on the waiting room here, and then we'll see what happens there. All right, Miss Sarah, you want to take it away?
Yes. Okay. Okay. So I love that some of us have our little SheMoves, our SheXMD tumblers. Those are such a hit. I love mine. Okay. So quick overview. We are going to do some really fun giveaways towards the end of the call. Robin has generously offered a couple of different prizes. So we're going to be doing those towards the end. So make sure to chime in the chat when we ask a question, and then also stay on to the end. We're going to try to make this, since we did start a few minutes late, we're going to try to make it keep it at right at about half an hour or less. So we're gonna get going. But I have the privilege of not only a couple of weeks ago spending quite a bit of time. Oh, she's not even. Where is she at? Okay, she's not on yet. Okay, well, we're gonna just skip this next thing then. So we'll come back to that, but I'll introduce her in a minute. But we were having some major technical difficulties leading up to the call. So I'm going to go ahead and introduce Sabina. Are you okay with going now, or I really want you to at the end? You know what? We'll do a product spotlight now because I feel like we were talking earlier about which product is going to be best, I guess, to take into the holidays with us. So I know that Fran was mentioning collagen and greens. Hey, Crystal. Hi. We were talking about collagen and greens, and that's definitely a huge favorite of a lot of ours. But I want to talk a little bit about Lean Plus. If you're on Lean Plus, or if you take or have taken Lean Plus, would you put it in the comments? I would love to know if everybody is already on Lean Plus, but I know that it is one of my favorite things. I know that we have affectionately called it damage control, like on vacations or on during the holidays. There's something on my screen and it looks like a freckle on my chin and it's driving me crazy. Okay, so so collagen and greens is great, but Lean Plus is definitely where it's at, especially for the holidays. So like we can still, live our lives and indulge when we want to indulge over the holidays. Like there's nothing more frustrating than having to like deprive yourself of your favorite thing, during the holidays. my mom makes like the best fudge ever. And I don't even like chocolatey things, but my mom makes this fudge. Hey, Alondra. My mom
Hi.
makes this awesome fudge during the holidays, and I am going to have it. And Chex Mix, like homemade Chex Mix is my absolute weakness, because my mom not doubles the recipe for the seasoning part, but quadruples it. So it's so salty and delicious. Anyway, lots of butter. Okay, so Lean Plus though, it's a natural, it's got a natural carb blocking agent in it, in the white kidney bean extract. It's got quite a few spirulina in there. There's quite a few other amazing ingredients. And it looks like so many of us are already on it. I love it. Okay, so but when you take the Lean Plus about 30 minutes before your heaviest meal of the day, I know Jason St. Clair has mentioned that he has done two capsules before some meals. He also does it sometimes like before breakfast and before dinner, just kind of depends on his goals at the time. But it absolutely is one of my favorite kind of just add-on products, especially this time of year. So if you are not already on Lean Plus and you're catching this replay, or you're catching the recording, definitely add it to your cart, because it's going to be a game changer for you over the holidays. It doesn't take the place of, proper nutrition and, regular exercise and taking all the other things, but it is definitely a great bonus product. Autumn is on your second week of it. Oh yeah, for sure. I love it.
Something that I
so-
definitely notice is that when I work out and I know that I'm taking Lean Plus and I see my girls in the gym too, I can tell who is because we sweat so much more than everybody else. It has, what is it, the thermo or whatever that makes you sweat so much more. Jason always trips out because I'm always showing my tank top after. As Sabina always says, it makes her sweat more, but I can definitely tell, like with the people in my class, who's using it and who's not.
Yeah, for sure. Maybe that's our problem, Autumn. That's why we sweat so much at the gym. Just kidding. I sweat whether I take it or not. But there's also an ingredient in there that is patented called Force Lean. And that again, it allows your body to be able to burn extra fat without also burning away your muscles. So like if y'all, now I know I'm kind of dating myself a little bit, but back in the day, when I first became a personal trainer and first started teaching group fitness, I worked at a gym in college. I was 18 years old. And the big hype was products that were called Zenadrin. Y'all might remember some of there's several names, several different products. Fin was another one. These are products that were terrible for your body in general.
Crack. They were like crack.
They were like crack because they were essentially was like, it would, keep you awake and alert and give you all the energy. But not only did it burn your fat, it also burned away at your muscle density. It would eat away at basically anything and everything that it could get its hands on. And so hydroxycut is definitely in that category, Tiff. Oh my gosh, hydroxycut, gosh. But they, along with those products, not only did it, like if you think about your muscles and your fat, like think about the like a donut. This is a terrible analogy, but just roll with me here. A donut with a donut hole inside of the donut. Okay, it's your muscle and your fat. There's nothing about a donut hole that resembles your muscles, but whatever. Anyway, so it's like the donut is your fat and the donut hole is your muscle. And those products that were a lot of them became like illegal or hard to get. It would not only eat away at your fat, it would eat away at the donut, it would also eat away at the donut hole. So your muscles would also suffer. And so then if you lost all this weight, then you were also losing muscle density. Muscles burn fat, right? So if you lose that, you're going to lose the ability to burn fat later. And then it adds back. There's Michaela. And then when you gain that fat back, the muscle still stays small. It still stays weak. And so, again, it's not the greatest analogy, but I'm just kind of throwing that out there. The Lean Plus does not do that. It preserves your muscle. Like think about it as saran wrap around a baked potato. It burns the fat off of the outside of it. Does that help? Hopefully, I hope. Anyway, okay. So I see the fabulous in her adorable little fall hat and her cute self. That Michaela has hopped on. Michaela had some traffic and technical issues earlier. You talk about like first world problems, like not having a charger when your phone is about to die is like the biggest anxiety trigger I can even think about it. So I'm gonna just throw it over to you, Michaela, and let you share just a little bit about the victory trip that we just went on. I loved the victory trip, y'all. It was wonderful because of all the people. But one of my favorite things about it was we spent the majority of our time we spent with Michaela and Antonio, getting to know them and going on adventures together, and even just like chilling in the pool and eating together. Like, it was so much fun. So I'm gonna let Michaela take it over, and then she's gonna introduce our next story. So go ahead, Michaela.
Hi, you guys. So sorry that I'm late to the party. I had a traffic incident, and then I'm like, do I stop and go to the gas station and get a charger? But then I'm like, I waste minutes. I could be on the call. I made it. But so yeah, I really wanted to just I always tell the girls my biggest disservice with this movement is like, how do I get the vibes and the feelings from these trips, and how do I translate them so that people understand what these trips mean for people like me? Like, my boyfriend and I, we're not married yet, and we travel a lot. We love to travel, and to be able to go on these free trips, you guys, like, we wouldn't be able to afford to do this all the time, but people ask us and they're like, how do you do this? And, for us, you earn these trips, you get to go. It's like, yay, you get a free trip. But the community and why we go on these trips is because I get to meet people that are like me. And I don't know where else I can find that. I've always wanted to make an impact, and I've always wanted to like associate myself with people that I could lock arms with that wanted the same thing. But it's like, how do you do that in adult world? Like, what do? Do you go on Facebook and you're like, hey, who wants to make an impact? Like, that doesn't just happen. You have to find people that align with your goals and who you want to be in this world. And that's why I love going on these trips. I love meeting different people. And also, a lot of people use X Endurance / SheMoves community / community of just women. A lot of people just have a business that they have on top of what we're doing here. And I've learned so many things about being an entrepreneur in general, about business, about life, about families, about things that like you can't make up in a textbook and just like study it and learn it. And so I don't know how else to say other than these trips really changed my life's perspective. Being around people and get to know it, I get to know people's kids. Like, I don't even know who they are, and they're in other states. And it's like, oh yeah, I'm like, oh yeah, Sabina over there, how's your kids doing? And it's like, I didn't even know her until I knew this community, right? So I guess the best way I can describe it is it's the relationships, it's the connections, it's the community. And without this group of women, there really isn't community. Like, we get to create however we want to make this. But it enriches us, and it makes us feel like we belong somewhere. And we all just want that at the end of the day. We just want to we want a home. We want a home. We want people to lock arms with. And that's really what like sucked me in to this culture. So we, yes, had tons of drinks and fun, but that's really why I love going on these trips. It really boils down to that one thing of just relationships. So I don't know what else you want me to cover. I feel like my heart is fulfilled just seeing your guys' faces on here. I know Crystal Catalina, like she's a whole vibe, you guys. I love her. I like on the trip, I was like, oh my God, she's so cool. Okay, anyways. But who am I handing it off to, Sarah? Tell me.
You're gonna introduce poor Michaela. She didn't have time to even look at our agenda, but it's Tiffany is up next. And I think if you would introduce Tiffany, and then also like if you she's gonna share a story. And Tiffany actually didn't even check to see if you had responded to my last message, but yeah, you guys go ahead and yeah, take it over. Go ahead, introduce Tiffany.
Okay, here I go introducing Tiffany. But okay, wait, I didn't know I was introducing Tiffany, so let me gather myself. Back to, did any of you guys watch the live that we did on Instagram that I completely forgot to save, and it's not on the page, but that's okay. So I did it with Tiff, and this person is amazing in every way on the trip. I got that time with her. But I'm just saying, I don't know what it is, but you know, when like your heart shakes a little bit because you connect with somebody like Tiffany is that person. And she's just really humble and amazing and has been dealing with Lyme disease and handles it like a champ and is crushing her goals. And so, anyways, that's my real introduction to Tiff. She shared a little bit of her story on our live. Um, and I like literally watched like I watched the screen recording and I like could cry because you're just a genuine soul. And that's what we need more about in this community and really in this world. So Tiffany, everybody.
Thank you, Michaela. You're already getting me teary-eyed before we even start this off.
I just love you. I really do. You're amazing. Okay, it's all you.
Well, so we're talking a little bit about me and like my struggles with, I mean, I wouldn't say there's struggles anymore, more or less just like overcoming challenges now. And just a little backstory about like what Lyme is. It's an effect, and it's an infection that you get if you're most commonly bitten by a tick, but you can get it from like mosquitoes and other things. It's a spirochete bacteria that just attacks the host and just consumes the host's resources. So the host will then start to feel like chronic fatigue symptoms, inflammation, migraines, just like a whole slew of like, you know, symptoms that like are just great imitators of other ailments that people have, like fibromyalgia, like gut health, you know, rheumatoid arthritis. So for about 20 years, I was dealing with all these different like things. Like, you know, I would go to the doctor. I was like, man, I don't feel good. You know, my body hurts, my joints hurt. Whenever I like walk around and I move around, like things really hurt. This isn't normal. So, you know, the doctor's like, oh, well, you probably have fibromyalgia. So like they put you on all these medications that like kind of mask the symptoms of what it is that you're dealing with, but then it doesn't really resolve what's the problem or what the problem is. So that was kind of my life for a really, really long time. And, you know, going to doctor after doctor and them telling me, oh, it's all in your head, you know, go see a psychiatrist, you know, like just a bunch of things, a bunch of different things that like, I just felt like I wasn't being seen or I wasn't being heard. And I almost was like a prisoner in my own body. And it wasn't until about a year and a half ago now that I didn't take no for an answer anymore. I sought out a doctor that would test me, and they ended up finding out that I was in fact infected with the Lyme spirochete bacteria. And at the time, I remember just being like so angry about like how much of my life had been just consumed by this little bacteria and that no one was there to really advocate for me or help me, right? And they didn't listen. But at the same time, I was like really relieved because now I had an answer and now I can take action. So that's a little bit about like me and like where that all started and how I came in contact with like X Endurance and like using their products to kind of help some of these symptoms. And, you know, and it all comes down to just like creating the perfect environment for healing. And with the X Endurance products, I've been able to do that, you know, using the Joint 4, using the immune boost, you know, finding healthy ways to calm my mind, limit my stress, has all been like really pivotal in my journey to health and my ability to just move forward. And that was one thing that I had to really like understand that like, yes, I may be sick. Yes, I may be doing all the things right, but I'm still sick. But forward is forward. And when I'm not feeling my best, I need to honor my body and give it the rest that it needs. So that way I can wake up tomorrow and just take one more step forward. So, you know, one of the things that like really, really like sucked me in with like X Endurance and like the community is like their willingness to listen. and to like lift us up. Like the women in this community have always lifted me up and like took me under their wing, even though I was like really timid and was like unsure. And it's been amazing. I mean, I don't know much more else I can say about like the Lyme without taking up everybody's time, because I could talk forever about this, but I am happy to answer anybody's questions if they wanted to like reach me or message me or anything like that. I can go and dive deeper and like other things that like to look out for. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much my story. And like, there's just one thing that I would like to say, like with anybody dealing with chronic illness, is that forward is forward. You know, just the ability to take one step further is all you can do. And, it doesn't have to be like a standstill in your life. You don't have to like not have a life or not move forward or not reach your goals just because this has happened to you or that you're dealing with certain things. You can achieve your goals. You just got to find the path and the way to do it and your best path. So hopefully that is enough info. And I'm happy to answer any questions if anybody has any.
Thank you so much, Tiff. Robin asked you if you are on extreme endurance or essential, if you take that product.
I take essential. I take everything, guys. I take everything. So that's me. It all.
Love it. And then what are your symptoms like now? Like what are you dealing with and battling with now?
My symptoms are really like, they are intermittent. It is affected by the things that I eat. So I have to be really careful about the stuff that I put in my body. Keeping like sugars low, gluten low, all of that stuff matters. I do get fatigue every now and then, and that's just part of being on treatment. I'll have chronic fatigue for a while until like my body is super healed. And that's, I go to treatment like every 4 months to get with that. There are days where I have flares, I'm tired, my immune system is weak, so I do get sick, and that's why I love the immune boost, because I've noticed that now that I've been taking it, I don't get as sick as I used to. I used to get like pneumonia maybe about 4 times a year, and since I've been taking X Endurance, it's been about over a year and a half. I've only got pneumonia once, and that was whatever I got was really like something crazy. Like I got real sick. So it's definitely a lot more manageable now, but it takes work on my part, because if I let my sleep go, if I let my nutrition go, if I let all of those things go, symptoms do come back, and they come back really bad. So you just got to stay on top of it.
Okay, I love it. Thank you so much for sharing all that, Tiffany. I think one of the things that you said that I thought was really powerful was forward is forward. And like, I think so many times we, maybe not as specifically, but we know people in our lives who, because I feel like everybody on this call or is pretty, we're pretty driven, we're pretty disciplined. It takes a lot to be those things, but I think that so many people, they just kind of grab hold of that thing, that one thing, that excuse or that roadblock or that obstacle, and they just kind of grab hold of it, and it's kind of their their scarlet letter on their chest. Basically, they're just like, this is me. I work full time and I can't have time to work out, or I have, like you mentioned, fibromyalgia is one of the things that Lyme is commonly misdiagnosed as. Like, oh, well, I've got this and I've got lupus and I've got, rheumatoid arthritis and I can't do this and can't do that. And I think a lot of times, like, people don't realize that even just any step forward in grabbing hold of your health and your future, whether it's, your fitness or your diet or your business or whatever. And they just, I think people just don't think that just a little step here and there is good enough. Like, it has to be all in, and it just doesn't have to be that way. I applaud you on so much that you have overcome. Like, holy cow. I cannot imagine, really. So thank you for sharing all of that. I love also the fact that you were like, yeah, basically the victory pack. I'm on everything. Like that's Gary and I are each on a victory pack every month. It's there's quite a bit of product in our house. Robin, I know you wanted to say something. I'll turn it
Yeah,
over
I'm
to you.
gonna, Tiffany, the reason I asked you about extreme endurance, not many people know, maybe Emily knows this, but we actually did a 3-year study on MS. And because we had started getting so many people telling us their autoimmune system or autoimmune symptoms had subsided when they were on the product, when they went off, the symptoms came back. And this actually started, Jason had a baseball friend, 31 years old, former pro baseball player, ran into Jason and he said, what are you doing? And Jason said, well, I'm doing this X endurance. And he asked if he could go on it. He went on it. He was, at that time, he said he could hardly get out of bed, take his son to school. He had, very bad fatigue. He had depression because of that. And he went on extreme endurance for a month. His depression went away. His fatigue was lowered. His symptoms, certain symptoms subsided. And when he went off the product, all the symptoms came back. So because of that, and this was probably 7-8 years ago, we did a 3-year study. The study was interrupted, but we keep asking people who have autoimmune, and Tiffany is I don't know, is Lyme an autoimmune disease?
It's not an autoimmune disease per se, but it does cause autoimmune.
Oh, okay.
It does create an autoimmune response.
Okay.
Body does start to attack itself. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so it affects your intestinal health, your gut health, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like if you've been given like tons and tons of antibiotics, which I have,
Mm-hmm.
also plays a key role into all of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there is like a lot of autoimmune things. At first, before they tested me, that was one of the things they tested me for.
Okay. Well, I will keep you posted because we're doing another study at the University of North Carolina, and there's biomarkers they're testing for what we think will have an effect on an autoimmune disease. It's pretty interesting because we just kind of fell into it, and it's based on everybody saying, hey, I have this friend and they have, skin lupus and it went away, and we have video recordings. We're adding all this up, but anyways, you're going to hear about it hopefully in about a year.
Oh,
So if it affects the biomarkers.
That's interesting because my mother-in-law she's in the UK, and she's
Mhm.
on essential, or I think they call it lactic acid buffer there.
Yeah.
She's been taking it religiously now for a year. So she'll be visiting soon. I'll be questioning her on that and how she feels about that.
Does she have a autoimmune?
Yes.
Oh, she does. Okay. Yeah. No, we'd love to. We're just compiling this. We think we know why the product helps. It doesn't cure, but we think we know why it helps. And so interesting.
Yeah, definitely interesting because because I just like to know things. I did a test on myself and stopped taking the product for about a month or two,
Mm-hmm.
just to see like, okay, do I feel any different?
Mm-hmm.
When you don't know what you're missing unless it's not there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The test on myself, and around that time is when I got sick, like full blown like pneumonia and all of that. So I know that, and then like you can start to feel like the fatigue comes back really bad, and like the joint pain starts coming back really bad. So whatever is in it is helping me, and I love it, and I will be a lifelong user.
Okay, good. Well, I'm gonna, as we go down this path, and I'd love to hear about your mom.
I'll let you know for sure. Thank you.
Okay, good.
Awesome. Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Robin. That's I don't think I knew that either about the MS study. So I wanted to do another toast and also take a picture because more people have jumped on since we did our toast. But before I do that, we have a special sneaky guest that just hopped on. Thank you to Sabina, who was like, you know what we should do today? We should invite our favorite, most amazing CEO to hop on our ladies only Zoom and say a few things. So she took it upon herself to message our favorite CEO, who we can't see right now. So I'm hoping it is our CEO, but I'm gonna introduce whoever is XND HQ and say thank you for coming. And then we're gonna do a toast. So what's up? Where are you? I can't unmute you. You have to unmute yourself, maybe. Jason, is it you? Oh, ask to unmute.
Hi, ladies. Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on.
Yay!
Everything's paused. The camera won't work. I don't know why. Maybe
I
because I just
did
left
hit
our
him up
building.
and he said yes, as usual. He
I said
always shows
yes.
up. That's right.
Sorry, I was trying to come earlier. I was in between calls, but hey, I want to jump on here and just say big thank you to all you ladies. You guys rock, but also want to call out especially like Sarah, Emily, Robin, Sabina, Michaela. If I'm missing anyone, the women that started this movement is just, it's inspirational. So thank you guys for all that you do. You guys rock. Sabina wanted me to kind of mention the trip, you guys, because we hope to see you in Tulum next year. But it's really, it's a big thank you from us as a company for all of your hard work and your efforts and your love and loyalty to the company. And it's, how is it better spent than in Tulum, right? So we would really enjoy it and love to see you guys down there. It's a great place to learn our community and our flavor and who we are as X Endurance, and just kind of be loose and be who we are and have a good time. And then Tiffany, man, we had dinner and I hope I got this message across, but you're, and everyone on here, Tiffany's inspiration, number one to me, because she shows up and she does the work and she's consistent and she's seen results. And a lot of people in these days, you know, we're in a weird, clunky, funky world, but she stays consistent and it's true to herself and her heart, and she's seen the results. And that's inspiration to everyone on here. Keep doing you and keep encouraging people, and we love you.
Awesome. Thank you, Jason.
Thanks,
Do you mind?
Jason.
I know you can't, we
got
can't
it.
see you. We
Thanks,
can't see
I
you,
know
but
it's not working.
we're gonna do a toast
appreciate
anyway
you
with
guys.
you in the picture.
Hold on, let me try again. Hold on.
Oh, there he is. All right. You got, do you have a water bottle with you?
Trump to all of you. Cheers.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, everyone, see if you could get your drink in the frame for the picture. I love it.
Can you see it?
Look at Jason's gallon. I love it. Okay, everybody, cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. Yes, cheers to you guys. I like the mug. That's so cute. All right, thanks again, Jason, for hopping on, and thank you to Sabina for
All right, you guys have a good night.
thinking of that. Thank you. All right, so that was fun. That was a nice little guest appearance. So cool that our, CEO, we've got him on basically speed dial, and we could just text him and be like, hey, we want to do this thing. That's a lot of fun. So, all right, well, we'll be wrapping it up here shortly. I wanted to kind of leave y'all with some announcements, and we'll do some drawings. Robin, now you're going to have to explain your, you're going to have to explain yourself now. So, and for those of y'all that don't know, Mike Mirren's actually has been with Emily and I since the very, very beginning of SheMoves, and has been the one that's done all of our graphics and has managed our YouTube channel. So we're very grateful for that. That helped for sure, because neither one of us know how to do any of that. I don't know if y'all noticed, but I made this happy hour graphic, and all I did was cover up the date that Mike made and put a new date on it. So that's the extent of my graphic making skills. But anyway, okay, so a couple of announcements. First of all, like I didn't know this when I was making the agenda, but Robin and Emily and I, as of today, have something super exciting in the works. So just a little teaser there for you. Definitely be on the lookout for something pretty exciting to be announced very, very, very shortly. But in the meantime, those of you, I know everybody's on this call that has already activated their XD account. through the new website. But if you're watching this later, if you're watching it on YouTube, or if you're watching it on Facebook later, and you have not activated your account since before September 1st, which means if you haven't placed an order for X Endurance products since before September 1st, you need to check your email, find one that says something about activating your new account. There's a big giant red button that says activate your account, and then, and only then, will you be able to move forward and create a new password for your X Endurance account and set up a subscription. So just a little side note business wise on that. Secondly, something we found out today in our team huddle Zoom, that there are some really awesome things coming for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. We are not allowed to tell you what they are. We swore to secrecy, but it's going to be big. So just get ready. If you were on that call today, then you know already, and you're pretty pumped. Another announcement is we are going to be doing these happy hours monthly. We really think, I know that Sabina and Michaela both kind of spoke up to Emily and I in our chat recently, that they really feel very strongly about us needing to do these more often, so that we can stay connected with y'all, and y'all can tell us, what you think, what you'd like to see SheMoves become. We are trying to be so much more than just some online workouts during the quarantine. And so more to come on that. We'll send you guys the date for the December happy hour soon, very soon. We're working on narrowing that down, because I know December is really crazy for everybody. Oh, while I'm doing these announcements so that we can do our drawing, I need to know in the chat, when do you put up your Christmas decorations? Like when, or have you done it already? I know Michaela has already done it, but everybody else.
Michaela already wrote now.
Four of her
I love
trees
it.
are already up, but not all of them. So just get ready. Yeah, I want to know, is it now? Is it, Thanksgiving weekend? Maybe it's before Thanksgiving, maybe after Thanksgiving. So y'all put that in the chat when it's okay for you to decorate. No judgment if you've already put it up in September. We don't care. It's okay. You just own your truth here in this space. Me, however, it was like 1,000 degrees until last week. So I just haven't even thought about it until, like, I don't know, today. All right. So while you're doing that, the SheMoves Collective in Miami, we are, Crystal's already pumped. I see Tiffany's excited. I know all our E&S girls are like, yes. SheMoves Collective has partnered up with the E&S Army, and they're doing an actual 3-part event, the 30th and 31st of December, ending with an incredible New Year's Eve yacht party to complete the weekend. But it's going to be a pretty phenomenal event. You can actually register for just the SheMoves event, which is on Thursday morning, the 30th. You can also register for the goal setting workshop that's that same day, or you can register for all 3. We do have a link that we're going to be posting on the SheXND or the SheMoves Facebook page. But if you already know or work with somebody who is a coach for ENS, for Erin and Sarit, reach out to her first. And then if you don't really know what that means, or you don't know who to reach out to, holler at me. I'll direct you in the right direction. There's the one. There it is, right there. I will point you in the right direction. So that you can make sure you get registered for that. I mean, y'all, these SheMoves events are open for everybody. When we did the one down in Alabama for Misty's event, like, I came from out of town, but we would like to see that from all of the events. Like, we would like to see y'all come in for any and all of the events. You're absolutely welcome to come and do that with us. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So there's that at the end of December. And then last but not least, the Lululemon SheMoves Collective top that we offered at the summit in June is available on the X Endurance website under apparel. And we are giving, X Endurance is giving a percentage of the sales of that Lulu shirt to City of Hope, which is actually an organization that Sabina turned us on to. They don't charge for cancer treatments for someone's inability to pay. They are just doing really, really, really wonderful things. And because we are a movement for women, we know that they have helped a lot of women, specifically with different breast cancers and ovarian cancers and things like that. And it's just a really wonderful organization. So so order that as soon as you can. That way you can also give back and you get a Lululemon shirt. Like, it's amazing, and you can represent and tag us and all the things. So there's all the announcements. I know that was a lot. Hopefully y'all were taking notes. I don't know. But let's do a couple of drawings. We've got some giveaways to do. I actually have already put everybody's names in my mug. I need for anybody that knows me. Can y'all read what this? No, it's backwards, isn't it? It says better late than ugly. It literally like sits right in front of me under my lamp behind my computer. But anyway, I think it's funny. All right. Oh, Fran, really? That's awesome. Very cool. Okay. All right. So I've got to read these. I'm cracking up. The majority after Thanksgiving. Okay. Oh, I love it. November 1st is Merry Christmas. Second week of November after Thanksgiving. So we have like people in all different camps. I love it. I justify the week of Christmas. Woo, girl. I would be so overwhelmed because I have so much Christmas decor. That's the only reason I feel like it needs to be out. Michaela's like, no, I can't do it. We have Thanksgiving at my house typically, and I decorate my tables for Thanksgiving, but the house is decorated for Christmas, so I don't really care. I will say though that I love my fall decor so much that I put it up in September. And so my fall decor has kind of already been around for quite some time, and I'm like ready for my Christmas decor. So there's me. Okay, so we're gonna do some drawings. So we talked about Lean Plus earlier. We also, Tiffany, what would you say would be your favorite product out of all of them? You might have said, and now I can't remember, but what would be your favorite product? Are you typing it? Oh, I can't see the chat anymore. Hang on. Joint 4.
Joint 4.
Who hates orange? Emily Barna. I can't even deal with you, right? You better be glad that Misty's not on this call, because she and I.
Oh, I forgot about your college situation thing. Yeah, no.
College
orange. The South and the things. I don't know.
It's this
orange
right
is
here,
my
y'all.
favorite.
Actually, this is a better. This
Yeah.
orange. Well, you can't see it. Anyway, Tennessee orange. There it is, right there. Okay.
All the green.
So Joint 4, we're gonna give away some Joint 4 and some Lean Plus. Here comes the Roll Tide again. Oh, I know. Hey, friend. Yay, thank you. I got an ally on here. So we're gonna give away those 2 things, and we're gonna give away one of those black Lulu SheMoves Collective shirts. So some lucky person will get to get one of those without having to buy it. So yay. Okay. So first person gets to pick. You get to pick if you want your SheMoves Collective Lulu shirt, or the Joint 4, or the Lean Plus. Okay. Are you ready? I think I have everybody in here. I think I do. I hope I do. You know what? I literally almost said Autumn always wins everything. And sure enough, it was Autumn. Yay, Autumn. Woo! You literally win everything. So type in the chat which prize you want, the Lulu shirt, the Joint 4, or the Lean Plus. All right.
I'm so excited.
She's a winner. Autumn's a winner. All right, who's next? Oh, Alondra. Whoop, whoop. Yay, Alondra. So you get so as soon as Autumn types in which one she wants, which prize she already done it, then donate. I'm reading the chat. Alondra, tell us which of those 3 things you would like. And our last winner, before we hop off, sorry, this went way longer than we had planned, but we kind of knew it would. Crystal, whoop, whoop. Crystal Catalina. All right, so have they commented? Yeah, so Autumn, tell us what you want. Joint 4, Lean Plus, or the Lulu SheMoves Collective shirt, and we'll get your size and stuff for that. And Robin will get that out to you when she's fully recovered from said stomach bug. So anyway, so unless anybody else.
Sarah, what about Sabina? Did Sabina go? And I missed it?
Oh, Sabina. All right, we're gonna make this a whole full-blown hour. Look,
I knew Sarah with the wine. I was like, wait.
It is with the wine. And when we deviate from this agenda that I worked so hard on,
It's true.
it wrecks me, but I'm really excited about this. And I would have remembered before we got off, I promise.
You did great on the updates. I just was like, wait a second.
Okay, I was so worried because we said it was gonna be like 30 minutes. I was like, oh, I hope there, but nobody's getting off. So hey, here we go. Y'all, we're in it because you're gonna be glad you stayed on for sure. So I'm gonna turn it over to one of my favorite motivational speakers, Sabina.
Truth bomb dropper. Okay, so I'm super fired up. I want to talk about goal setting. We're going into so we're already in the last quarter of the month, right? And I know myself, I am super like, not disappointed in myself, but like frustrated. I don't know what the word is, but because I haven't made Tulum yet. So I feel like I busted my ass to get to coach, busted my ass. I drained my team. Like, I feel like I just drained the life out of us to get to that goal. And it was like, all I got to do is do it again. Right. And then I made the trip. Well, that didn't happen. So I was like super frustrated with myself and super like, Michaela knows, super like down on myself. And I've just been like all out of it. Right. So I had to like totally like reset and dig myself out of the trenches and totally like, I mean, just like the rest of us, I've had to pivot just like everybody else and just really like pull some weeds out of my life that were just causing so much chaos and so much like distractions for me, you know? So I want to talk about small wins. I want to talk about big wins. I want to talk about small goals. I want to talk about big goals. So, sorry, I'm going to get emotional. Okay. So I want to talk about what are your daily actions that you are doing personally, professionally, whatever it is that you're trying to like level up on, right? So I know for me, I have my daily activities. I want to talk about non-negotiables. For me, like my daily activities, everybody knows I'm always out here reading my chapter. I'm writing in my journal, writing my gratitude, taking my vitamins. I move every day. And so I want to kind of start our own like She X and D 60 hard. So we have 2 months left of the month, right? I already started in November. I don't know how many days there are in these months, 30, 31. I'm not sure, but it's around 60, right? So if we go hard for the next 60 days, okay, so I want to introduce a book. This is a book that I read and it's called Unglued. It's by Lisa Tookhurst. Sarah loves her too. It's the most amazing book. If you are a woman, like you need this book in your life. She talks about all the things being a mom, being an entrepreneur, being a businesswoman. She's a book writer and she has to be a mom and do all the things and be a wife and be pretty and pick up the dog poop that's in the corner. Like it's the most amazing book for every single woman needs it in their life. If you want to do the 60 hard, get on Amazon right now. You can find the paperback for really cheap. I think this one was like $8. Sorry, I almost F-bombed. $8. And it comes like Amazon Prime, whatever. So I want us to read a book, at least a chapter a day. You can break it up to 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night. This is a really fast read. And the way that she writes is very fast and understandable and not complicated at all. I want us to move our bodies at least 30 minutes and log it in the app. I want us to drink half of our weight in water, and I want us to change one thing, be it nutrition, be it working out, be it soda, be it chips, be it shopping, be it I need to be on Instagram less. I need to spend more time with my kids. I need to be more present with them. I want you to pick one thing for November and December that you're going to change, because if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same outcome. So for me, I like to do like vision boards and find what works for you. Some people like to write things down, make a list, check it off. I have a girl that puts stuff up on her refrigerator. I like to do vision boards. I have my vision board up in my garage. I see it when I'm working out. That's where I do most of my work. And I like to see it. I like to feel it. Emily and Michaela know I take pictures of it. Every time when stuff is happening in my life, I take a picture of it and I'm like, oh my God, this was on my vision board. So I make my vision board in August for my birthday. I don't do it at the beginning of the year because my year starts on my birthday. So this last vision board that I made, it was like insane. I sent it to Emily and Michaela a couple of weeks ago, and I'm like, the fucking universe was, the universe was talking to me back in August, and I was not listening. And I hear it now, I see it now, and the vision is like so clear. So I want you to find some kind of a goal, and I want you to make your kind of vision board, because big goals come from small wins. What are your small wins? What are my small wins? My small wins are if I cook. My small wins are if I make dinner for my family, if I get, because between softball and projects and working out and maintain laundry and all the things, if I get to cook, that is a small win for me. If I work out, if I drink my water, my non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables? Put them in the chat. My non-negotiables are I need to talk to 5 people a day about X endurance. My non-negotiables are I need to send out 5 focus samples. I need to tell 5 people to take the focus quiz. I need to follow up with 5 people. Those are my non-negotiables. My non-negotiables is I need to work out for at least 30 minutes a day. That boxing gym that I have in my garage, I need at least 30 minutes a day in there, and my family knows it. My non-negotiables are my morning meditation. So I want you to set your goals higher. So if your goal is to go for captain, why aren't you going for all-star? If you ask Michaela, every single time that I made a rank, I told her, what's the next one? What's the next one? I don't want to know what the goal is for captain, because I already did that. I'm already past that. I'm on to the next thing. So I want you to dream bigger. If your next step is to be captain, then why aren't you shooting for all-star? Do you even know what it is that you need to do to be accomplished all-star? Do you even know the requirements? Look into that. Look into what's down the road and what you're going to have down the road, because the things that you set up now are what's going to propel you to that next road later, right? So what's your motivation? My motivation, I already bought my Tulum flight. I bought my Tulum flight with my coach rank bonus, and I bought it for all of us. So my incentive is I'm taking my whole family with me to Tulum. It's not just going to be me and Jose. It's going to be the 4 of us. And that's my my motivation. And your motivation is going to change all the time, right? Every single month, maybe every single year, maybe every single like trip that we are going towards earning. But have that motivation and write it down. Write it down so that you see it, because what you focus on is what comes to fruition. Time management. You need to stay disciplined. You can't go 80% and expect to get 100% of the feedback, right? You can't go 80% hard and be like, oh, I don't know why I'm not making this right. Well, you know why? Because you didn't go 100%. Consistency. Consistency in your business equals stability. Consistency establishes your reputation, and consistency is the key to keeping you in the game. So focus on impulse. I don't want you guys to focus on winning, but I want you to focus on being creative. So split up your month. This is what I've decided to do. I'm going to split up my month, and the month ends on the 15th. So in my mindset, the month ends on the 15th, and I need to get my numbers in because I have half of the time. So that creates impulse, that creates urgency, that creates momentum, that creates me for, I need to come up with some kind of idea, because the month ends in 2 weeks, not on the 30th or the 31st or whatever that is, right? So let's do this. Sorry, that took a lot out of me. So let's do this hard 60 with SheXND. Let's tag it up. Let's hashtag it. We can have our own, and tag me in it, and let's create something here. That's all I got. I'm on to my margarita.
I'm crying.
I love it.
I'm sorry. I know, Sarah, you wanted to talk, but I have to say that this is why we're here. Okay. I don't know what the first half of the call was, but I'm just going to tell you right now that I'm being really real right now, that the real reason we wanted to gather the women for this call, I think I have boogers coming down. Sorry. I had a nose surgery. Anyways, sorry. Basically, the reason we wanted to come together is because I feel like we just need to get really honest and real, like with our goals and like what's holding us back and like why are we stuck? Like why are we in mud, you know? And just now what you said, Sabina, I'm crying because I have a lot going on, and I'm not going to go into all of those details, but basically my dad has cancer and he's dying of cancer. I'm gonna cry. And I lost a spark in my heart. Like I've been depressed. I've been sad. Oh God, I knew I was gonna cry.
And I told you, you're grieving.
Yes,
You don't
I'm
even know
grieving.
it, but you're grieving. You're grieving the dad that you
Yep.
once had. You're grieving the dad that he was just here yesterday. He was just here yesterday and he was walking around like normal.
Yep.
And I
Yeah.
told you, you're going to go through all the grieving stages before it even happens.
Right. And it's like you literally go through these things in life, and we all have these things, you guys, where like we're sucked into whatever it is, like cancer over here, being a mom, Lyme's disease, like depression, marriages failing, like all of these things are happening. And these are real life things that cloud all of our goals that we have. Like we set out for the year and we're like, we're going to do all these things. And then all of these things topple on top. And the next thing you know, you're like, oh my God, I'm defeated. Like this is exhausting. I'm tired. I didn't reach what I wanted to reach. But the reason we want to gather you guys is we want to create a community where even if in technical terms, if we're not your upline and or your leader is not your vibe or whatever that is, you can come to this group and say, how do I make the next trip? What are you doing that works? You made the last trip. You didn't make the last trip. What didn't work for you? What did work for you? How can we like encourage each other and make this movement blow up, especially like on social media? There's so many watchers right now that are just watching what we're doing. And they're like, I want to be a part of something. I don't know what it is. And what are they doing? And sometimes people just need to be plugged into a community that believes in them, and then they can just fly, you know? But we don't know what's out there until we like lock arms and get this community together and just kind of like do it. Just kind of hit the pavement, you know? So anyways, sorry to chime in like that, but, and sorry to get all emotional on you guys, but that just really struck a heartstring for me. Okay. And I've been really like in my down time, not really feeling that spark again. And I just like, aha, it was a moment. It was a moment. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys. I just wanted to say those little things, and I'm leaving now for good.
No, I love it. I'm so glad you said what you said, Michaela. Don't ever apologize for feeling that urge to speak up. And there is no reason that you should have to be silent when you have something on your heart that you want to share. There's no reason that nobody's going to silence you. I'm so thankful that you spoke up. And we have watched, I know several of us have been watching your journey with your sweet dad, and just the relationship that you guys have. It just by itself is such an inspiration, you know, and I know that he's so thankful for you. So if you guys can put your email in the chat, I think that would be the easiest way for us to just shoot out the details on this super awesome surprise challenge that Sabina just dropped, because I'm all over it. I'm like, she didn't even
Girl,
prepare us.
I told you I was coming with the heat. Did I not tell
I
you?
know.
I told you I have a great idea and I am ready. If I took notes, girl, I'm coming in hot.
I don't think I was quite prepared. She tried to prepare us, but I just wasn't prepared. So I'm all over it. I think it's just what we need. I keep seeing these little things on Instagram, like there's only this many days left in 2021. Have you reached your goals? And I'm like, no, God, I haven't. I really haven't. But I will say this, that it's really funny that you spoke up, Michaela, when you did. I wrote like on a note when I was writing out my announcements, I wrote, I just kind of put an asterisk, and I didn't even put anything next to it. I just literally wrote, life is hard. Adulting is hard. And I think that every single one of us is dealing with our own version of hard. I know specifically, I know Crystal is doing the 75 hard. Like, is it 75 hard? It's 75 hard, right? Like that's pretty hardcore. Get it? Hardcore. You know, and I know several other people are doing that as well. And like, oh, and Ashley Riddle is too. Y'all are intense, man. I mean, so even if you didn't have any kind of life stuff going on, that's still a pretty 60. Oh gosh, I don't even know how you're doing it. Cheers to that. So that's amazing to me. Like to me, it is such an incredible thing to do that. So if you're not familiar with it, hit one of these girls up or Google it. It's pretty amazing. Well, in Punta Cana, holy cow. It's mad respect over here. But anyway, so we're all dealing with our own versions of hard. And I really think that what you shared, Sabina, was incredible. I think what you shared, Michaela, was also incredible and so valuable, that we still have so much to offer the world. Like we have so much to offer. You have so much to offer. It is not just about X Endurance. It's not just about SheMoves Collective. It's not just about our workouts or our supplements or our diet. Like you as an individual human have so much light to give to the world in your own way, and each of our ways are different. Like it's undeniable, and it's actually, like, to me, it's like sad if you are content with bottling that up and keeping it to yourself. That's like somebody making a really rad, amazing cake and being like, "No, girl, you can't have any." Like, no, offer your cake to everybody. So I just feel like to deny the world of your light it's really kind of sad. It's really a disservice. So each of us have so much to offer the planet, and I think you're amazing. So anyway, if anybody else has anything to add, or if you have not put your freaking email in the chat, I need it. I need you to have it. Some of you, like my main group that helps us plan these things, I've got yours, but I think everybody did it. Okay, maybe. All right, Ashley Riddle, maybe I haven't seen yours, but you might have done it already and I just didn't scroll up far enough. Anyway, I might even have it actually. I probably have your email address. It's like admin@ENS or something like that. Sorry, Improve You maybe. I don't know. All right, well, that's it for us tonight. Thank y'all. I don't know if anybody's gonna actually sit here and watch this entire hour-long amazing Zoom that we had. Kind of one of those had to be there kind of moments, but y'all are amazing. I thought everybody contributed in such a great way, and hope y'all have a good rest of your week. Here's to the rest of the year. Bye, everybody.